But yeah, so that's exactly what we're about. I know so many brothers and sisters in different states and even different countries that's what they're doing. They're helping to raise up our kids because these kids nowadays, boy, I thought we were scary growing up, but no, these kids have no fear of anything. The internet raised them basically, and so that's what they're out there doing. I'm very close to a brother in Georgia who got a key to the city under the nation name for everything that he does with the youth. He's got brothers and sisters that go out there to the schools. They run after school programs, summer camps, and everything. Because that's what our nation is built on. You know, it's what our forefathers wanted for us. And so that's just part of it is actually growing in the steps and the stages that we're supposed to.
Oh, that's awesome. But you gotta be like, there's a lot of people that say, "Fuck that, you're lying."
I know.
You guys are all about hustling, selling drugs, killing, whatever, blah 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 blah. But
Yep.
they just don't want to listen and hear the real aspect of family.
And that's
it's
why,
true.
yep. And that's why I
Very
tell
true.
people I'm very transparent with it. I will tell people left and right. I bleed black and gold. My entire family, my blood brothers and sisters, they know that I will die as a queen. You know what I mean? Because of what I truly believe in. I believe in what we are. I truly believe everybody should believe in what we are. We are the only organization where we truly are a family. We call each other brothers and sisters. All these other organizations that are out there, it's not like that. You know what I mean? And I, will argue the fact that yes, okay, there are some of us that are knuckleheads that bring the media, bring us into a bad light with the media versus the good stuff. But the media is always going to sell what the media can sell. So they want to play. They don't want to sell the good stories. They want to sell all the bad stuff.
So this will be kind of good. You're out here speaking the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That people know, and we'll probably be fools for doing this, but who cares?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And you're just here to, be open book and let it know.
Exactly.
So, was there any downfalls on joining the nation, or?
What's crazy is, at first I thought my parents were really going to be like, oh my God, no, 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 like, and like disown me. But they didn't. Once they really truly understood it by me explaining it to them, my mother actually, before she passed away, I'll never forget, she said, she said, her exact words, excuse my French, was, you're a fucking queen and always be that and never let anybody put you down. And that to me was like, wow, mom, like really truly sees who I am and what I am.
That's deep. You can take that with you forever.
Yes, and I've been a queen for 31 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm flabbergasted about what you said about your mom.
Yeah.
That's awesome because a lot of parents would be like, yo, I disown you, or, you ain't shit.
But she saw how it made me the woman I am today, and, how I, build up other women as well. My biggest pet peeve is needy women feeling that they can't survive without a man. And I just help show them the light that no, you are a queen at your own right, and build them up because we're women are tough. We're tough. Between giving birth and everything else we have to go through, we are tough. We are tough.
Yeah, I think women rule the world. To be honest, if it wasn't for women, it wouldn't be men.
And my two sons that I have, because of my beliefs with the nation, they are gentlemen, they are respectful, they've never raised their hands to females or anything. They treat their females like queens because that's the way I raised them.
Did you want your kids to join the nation, or did they want to?
I explained to them their option, and they knew it was there for them if they wanted it, but if they didn't, there was no hard feelings.
Okay. Did any of them join?
No, neither one of them. No. I got a book smart one and a street smart one. That's it. Like one is one, and one is the other. And
yeah, that's how it always works. Like that. Yeah. They always go the opposite. That's Steve J talking in the background. I don't know why you don't come up front. But so your kids, you want to talk about them? So you already
Um,
started because you're fucking up all my questions.
my bad, bro. My bad.
So
Um,
good.
I have a 28-year-old. He was born and raised here in Connecticut. Um, he grew up with his dad when I left for Florida. And then I have a 24-year-old with my ex-husband.
Okay,
Two boys.
okay, good. And they're good kids. You got a good relationship with both of
I'm
them.
very close. They are, yes, they are unbelievably attached to me. It's hard that I've been up here and my son's still in Florida. But that's, yeah, they're my ride or dies, my true ride or dies. Yeah, they got mom's back 100%.
That's good. That's good. I love my kids, but I hate them all at once too. I think I love my grandkids more than I love my own kids. And yes, I did say that. Only because they're a pain in the ass.
Mm.
But so you want to talk about your divorce? You got married
Um,
and
yeah, I met, crazy. I went to Florida because a friend, a very close friend of mine, that grew up here in Norwich, her mother passed away while we were on the phone talking. Um, and I flew out the next day to Florida, and she decided that Friday after I got there, let's go out dancing. So we went Latin night, and I met my ex husband that night, and then we got pregnant after 3 months, and so I came back to Connecticut, and he actually drove up here, and my mom was like, "You be dumb if you don't go back. Like he came all the way up here, and blah blah blah." So I went back. I moved myself all the way down there, and we got married 6 years later. It took me 6 years to say yes. And married for 22 years. It wasn't, I look back at it now. I married to co parent because my other son, my oldest, was, I don't want to say taken from me, but because his father's going to listen to this, but he grew up here with his dad and I didn't get to raise him. And I didn't want that to happen with the second son. And so I married to co parent. My son came home from kindergarten and said, "Mommy, why is your last name different than mine and Daddy's?" And when his dad came home, I said, "We got to fix that problem." And that was how we
yeah,
decided to get married. That was me saying yes.
a lot of people don't get married for that reason, and you shouldn't. Shit, I've
Yeah.
been engaged for 10 years. I don't think I'm gonna ever get married.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't think
And
it'll ever happen.
no, and so 22 years later, it fell apart due to an affair.
Go ahead, Steve. Just use your camera. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The moment my pastor told me I could get divorced, I drove my ass from the church straight to the courthouse and filed for divorce.
But was it abusive or anything like
It
that, or
was
you
very
just
abusive. It was
yeah,
verbally, physically, emotionally,
yeah?
very abusive. He was a former Marine, and believe that a husband's place is just to be the provider. I basically was in a marriage where I was a single mom raising our son.
He probably threw that in your face, huh?
Oh, a lot,
Yeah.
a lot. When
So,
you're told, "Here's $100, decide if you're going to pay daycare or get groceries."
huh,
Yeah.
some men just don't get them.
Yeah.
So you were married for how many years? Did you say?
We were together total 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah, but
It's a long
married
fucking
14
time.
out of it. Yeah,
Wow.
or 17. I don't know. I could have took him. I could have took him to the bank in the divorce,
Yeah.
but
Was
I
it
wanted
a?
all ties severed. So
So you didn't get no money,
I didn't want it. I
and
didn't
he
want
was
anything.
military. You
I
could have
didn't
got
want
paid.
anything. He gave me the option to keep the house, but he said, "If you want to keep the house, you got to keep my last name." I changed my last name, put the house up for
Yeah.
sale.
Damn, he was controlling, I guess. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want nothing to do with him. No.
That's sad.
He's
So,
such an amazing guy that our son, who he raised, was there in his life for all those years, hasn't talked to his son in 2 years.
wow. So he was a good dad while you guys were married, or?
He was there for sporting events and things like that. He was as far as that, and trying to show him, raising him to be a good man as well. But emotionally, no. He tried to raise our son where men can't show emotions. That to being a man, you can't do that and all that stuff.
Can't cry.
No,
bitch.
Yeah,
And
crying is a
cry.
sissy.
Yeah, I heard it.
Mm.
I cry like a little girl. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in
And
touch with my feminine side.
and that's how I raised my son. That love is love, and you got to get those emotions out. You got to get them out
Yeah,
because keeping them bottled up makes it worse.
yeah. People kill for shit like that. Keep
Hmm.
that shit locked in.
Yeah,
So, I've seen you're engaged now.
I am.
Was you
Shockingly.
was you scared to get engaged again? Were you nervous?
So I wasn't even when I got here to Connecticut. When I moved back, I had a pretty traumatic event that happened to me in Florida. And so I wasn't looking to get online and date. I wasn't trying to date
You
in
want to talk
person.
about what happened?
I was kidnapped and held for 3 days and raped for 3 days, tortured, the whole nine. I'm. It's easy to talk about now. However, that person only received 207 days time served and 7 years probation with a bracelet. Yep.
Unreal.
And I met him through Facebook, through the dating app on Facebook,
Yeah.
because I was going to school. And classmates were like, "Girl, get on this Facebook dating app. It's real cool. I met this nice guy. Like, we always go out to coffee, like this, that, and the other." And I was like, "All right, I'll try it. What the hell? Why not? I'll try it." And first date, he was a nice guy. Second date, not so much. That's when he kept me for 3 days. Yeah.
What made him let you go, or did you escape, or?
He kept me controlled with a gun and drugs, and he was out of all the drugs. And he said, "You're gonna." He finally let me drive my vehicle. Um, And as soon as he got out of the car, I saw that he grabbed all his stuff. I popped my truck in reverse and hauled ass. And that's how I got away.
Was he a white guy?
No,
I was gonna say if he was white, that's why he got
no,
off easy.
he was a black man that used his also he found out he was a serial rapist.
Wow.
Yeah, I found out after the fact.
And that's all the time he got.
For me and another woman that he actually was charged with.
Unreal.
That's all he got.
I'm surprised he's black. They didn't throw the book at him.
No, not exactly. But he's got family with a lot of money.
Oh, okay. So he had a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, it was crazy because that happened when I was going to school to become a trauma counselor.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, okay, I'm supposed to go through this because that's how I'm going to help other women that go through trauma.
I was just gonna say more knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've been through something else,
yeah.
and you can talk about it with them, and they can understand that you've been through it.
I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason, and God saw me through that because there was one day, the day before I was able to get away from him, where he tried to get rid of me, he tried to drive me across state lines in Georgia and get rid of me. But one of his relatives he hadn't spoke to in 2 years had called him on his phone unexpectedly. And she told him, you're not supposed to have your ass out of Florida, so turn around and go back. And that's the only reason, that's what saved me. And I knew that was God. That was God's intervention.
Absolutely. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's what I do. I don't allow him to have that space. He doesn't rent headspace anymore. And he doesn't, I don't allow him that power anymore.
Yeah, because a lot of women will just keep dwelling on it.
So to fast forward me coming here, I was going to another trauma counselor when I got here because I was having really bad night terrors. And so I found a place in Willimantic, and I'll never forget, she says to me on February 2nd, she says, "You know what? You're still allowing him control because you won't date." Like, I'm going to going out with my brother, but it's like there's the only people there gonna be like 50 and 60-year-old men. Like, she's like, "Unless you're looking for a sugar daddy, you need to get out there."
Yeah.
And she's like, "So I'm charging you with the fact I want you to go on some online dating app and create a profile because you're going to take it back from him." So I did. I went back. Matter of fact, I even did back on Facebook dating app. I said, I'm really going to show him he doesn't have control over me. And lo and behold, my fiance now, he liked my profile, and I looked at it. I'm checking him out, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. He's got 50 something of the same friends that I have that I grew up with. Like, who is this guy? So, I checked him out even more. Okay, wait a minute. He's class of 94. Hold on. He lives in Norwich. Hold on. Like, how do I not know you? So I liked his profile back, and he hit me up, and we started talking, and I was like, where'd you go to school? Because I'm class of 94. I grew up in Norwich. And lo and behold, he was friends with a lot of the similar people as me. And it was just crazy because we were at same parties at the same time. We're like, he was like, "Do you remember this?" I was like, "Yeah, I was at that party," And it's just crazy how things went, and we fought it. Oh, y'all, we fought it hard. His eye fell for him so fast, but I was fighting it. I remember one time it was during a snow blizzard. I spent the night, I spent a couple of days with him, and I called my girl, and I said, "Girl, I need you to come get me now because I'm catching feelings, and I'm not trying to do this. I ain't doing this. I told you I don't want to catch feelings. No, I'm just having fun, living my life." And so she came and picked me up, and it was like a week. I didn't text him or call him for like a week. He shows up at my job. I was working at Walmart at the time. He shows up, and I'm like, "What you doing here?" He's like, "I came to see you. You haven't texted me. You haven't returned calls like this, that." And then we both were just like, "Why are we fighting this? Like, it fits. We fit." He had been hurt a lot, and I've been hurt a lot, and like we actually healed each other's hearts. And he truly is my best friend, and I know he's my soulmate. Like, it's crazy. We could see each other and then like be apart at work and be like sending "I miss you" text messages. Like, I feel like a schoolgirl when I'm around him.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you turn a negative into a positive.
Exactly.
All that shit that happened to you, and now you're in love.
And madly in love, because I never felt this in my marriage. To be honest, I didn't feel it, and I tell him all the time, like, I know you're the one because, okay, first off, and y'all, I know this is kind of gross, but I'm open book. I don't touch nobody's feet. I don't touch people's feet. Even when I went to school hairdressing, I failed that part of the class because I wasn't touching nobody's feet. And I actually, like, one day we were chilling at the house, and I was like, "Man, give me your feet. I'm gonna clip your nails," and lotion his feet. And I was like, "Oh my!" He recorded it. He's got a video on his phone of me messing with his feet. He's like, "Because nobody's gonna believe it." And I said, "No, nobody will believe that I touched your feet, especially my family."
He got blackmail over you.
I said, "I really must love you," because I didn't even do that for my ex-husband when he had knee surgery. I wouldn't touch his feet.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's crazy.
Love is great, though. When you find out somebody.
Yes. Yeah. So now
maybe
we're planning.
One day I'll find it.
No.